Hey everyone, and welcome back to Better Health. I am thrilled you are listening and tuning in wherever you are. Today we are talking all about genetics again, and I'm excited about this episode because it's going to correlate with your ability to metabolize caffeine. And so you know that I really enjoy diving into genetics because of the fact that it is so tailored to your body. It literally is telling, whether or not your body responds to certain diets better than others because it is your body's makeup. And now, pairing a genetic test with other tests such as blood work and hormone panels is really amazing as well, because the genetic test tells you what your body naturally gravitates towards doing, while the other tests give an actual snapshot picture of where your health is currently at. So the two together will be able to be a powerhouse, because the fact that the ones such as the hormone test, the blood test, giving a snapshot of your overall body's health can show which genes are, expressing themselves, which ones are dirty based on, your genetic results. So the two together are amazing. And I do lifestyle genetic testing for people where we're able to look at your supplements, what specifically you should be taking. And then if you were to pair that with a blood test, you're able to see, oh yeah, I am lacking in vitamin A. And based on my genetic results, it shows that I'm more susceptible to being low in vitamin A. And so then we can tailor your health journey so that you are living in according to your body's makeup. And so if you're ever interested, feel free to reach out. I have in the show notes all the ways to contact me. And so diving into caffeine metabolism. Maybe you're someone that experiences jitteriness, lightheadedness when you have a few cups of coffee. This is very highly likely correlated with your CYP1A2 gene. The CYP1A2 gene, which may sound familiar because I talked about it in a previous episode on estrogen, is also correlated with your ability to metabolize caffeine. And it's not the only gene that is impacting the fact that if you're jittery or lightheaded, it could be another gene, which I'll talk about later on in this episode. However, the CYP1A2 gene is most correlated with caffeine metabolism. So you can be a slow metabolizer, medium metabolizer, or fast metabolizer. And so if we start with the slow metabolizers, these are the people that will experience those side effects from caffeine. And also, this is because of the fact that caffeine stays in your system longer. It doesn't quickly leave your body. That's why you're a slow metabolizer. So if you're a female that's on oral contraceptives, you're actually going to experience even worse time for the caffeine to leave your body, because of the fact that oral contraceptives are going to slow down your metabolism of caffeine even more. It's crazy. It's not quite double, but it's almost to that point of doubling your time for the caffeine to leave your body. Also, the CYP1A2 gene, if you're a slow metabolizer, can be correlated with other issues as well. So if we're talking about the COMT gene, COMT, if you're a slow metabolizer if you're a slow metabolizer with the COMT gene and a slow metabolizer of caffeine as well, you're going to experience possible side effects in regards to your stress levels, your heart, and your susceptibility to different heart issues, because of the fact that your COMT gene, when it's a slow metabolizer, you are susceptible to stressing out more. And so then when the caffeine stays in your body longer and you experience those side effects of jitteriness, lightheadedness, because the caffeine's staying in your body longer, the two just don't work well together. And it stresses your body actually out even more versus if you're a fast metabolizer in both genes. So then we have the medium metabolizer, which, you're in the middle. So you could, tend to lean towards either side based on other genes and the algorithm of how they work together. Your genes could express more towards being a slow metabolizer or fast metabolizer. And so that's the power of epigenetics. You can alter your lifestyle to then impact your genes to express themselves, differently. Even though your genes are what they are, you can still alter them to express differently based on your lifestyle. That's called epigenetics. And then we have the fast metabolizer, which I'm a fast metabolizer of caffeine, which is pretty cool because it's a very small population of the world. Now, caffeine goes through my system very quickly, as does it for other fast metabolizers of caffeine. Now, it's actually correlated with estrogen production as well. And so like I brought up before, I don't produce a lot of estrogen in general, and it's partly because of this specific gene. I'm a fast metabolizer. And so if and when I am to get pregnant, this gene could impact my susceptibility to miscarriages because of the fact that if I was to have caffeine during pregnancy or right before getting pregnant, because I metabolize caffeine quickly, it also metabolizes the estrogens quickly, which could then put me at risk for that miscarriage. Now, I don't really drink caffeine hardly ever. But however, if I was to get pregnant, I'm definitely not having caffeine just to reduce that overall risk of a possible miscarriage. Now, I'm not saying that you are going to have a miscarriage if you are a specific genetic, if you have a specific gene and how it's expressed, but it is something to keep aware of. Now, we bring the COMT gene into the picture, the COMT gene. There's the slow metabolizers and there's the fast metabolizers, just like with the CYP1A2. Now, when you're a slow metabolizer, different hormones such as dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, epinephrine, all of those stay in your body longer because you're a slow metabolizer. So you don't break them down as quickly. And so because those are staying in your system longer, this goes into correlation with caffeine. So even if you're a fast metabolizer of caffeine, like I am, I'm a slow COMT. And so the caffeine will actually boost all those different hormones that are staying in my system already long enough. And so because of that, I do experience some of that like jitteriness or lightheadedness at times, not very often, just because I try to keep my COMT gene clean. But because of this, the different caffeine will actually stay in my system longer and produce those issues that someone may experience if you're a slow metabolizer of caffeine. Now, on the other hand, if you're a fast COMT, you have those different dopamine, epinephrine, oxytocin, all of those actually metabolize quickly throughout your body, and it breaks down quicker than if you're a slow COMT. And so what that means is that, you at times may lack motivation to do things because of the fact that you don't have those boosts of those feel-good hormones in your body versus the slow COMT, where that's great that we have those. However, if we were to get too stressed, it's actually going to produce more anxiety in us. We might be more hyperactive. But then on the other hand, if we're a fast COMT, it's great because then we are not going to stress out as much. However, you may experience more of that lack of motivation, maybe possible depression, because you don't have those in your system as long. And so the caffeine will actually boost those, and then you're going to have that in your system and you're going to metabolize it at an appropriate level versus being too slow. So there's pros and cons to both sides of the COMT gene. I'm slow of the COMT, but I'm a fast metabolizer of caffeine, so it's kind of an oxymoron there. If you're fast, caffeine is going to be really amazing for you to stay focused and get stuff done because you are motivated, because the caffeine is keeping you boosted with all those feel-good hormones, despite being a fast COMT. So I hope this helps. When you get your genetics tested, you're able to figure out what your CYP1A2 caffeine metabolizer gene is, along with your COMT gene. And then we can tailor your lifestyle accordingly to, impact your health and how those genes are expressed and what's best for your body. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to share it with someone if you found value in it and other people could find value in it as well. Subscribe to the show if you really enjoy the show and you want to get more updates. And then also rate and review because that helps more than you know. Have a great day.